and so I can't comment.
Question number 11, Darien Fenton. Darien Fenton, question 11.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Question to the Minister of Immigration. Does he have confidence in Immigration New Zealand's labour market testing?
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr Speaker, yes.
Darien Fenton.
Supplementary, thank you. Why has Immigration New Zealand allowed an increasing number of overseas workers into New Zealand over the past 3 years, despite 57,000 more New Zealand residents being unemployed and available to fill jobs than in 2008?
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr Speaker, the member should be aware that the AIP process is showing since 2007-8 to 2011-12 that it has declined by well over 50%, and also the temporary work visas has declined by 44% from 2007-8 to 2011-12, which shows to me that the process is indeed working in a tight labour market.
Darien Fenton.
Supplementary, actually, point of order, Mr.
Point of order, Darien
I
Fenton.
seek leave to table a graph from the library that shows the number of people unemployed and shows that there are 57,000 less jobs since National became the government.
Leave is sought to table that document from the Parliamentary Library. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Darien Fenton, supplementary question.
To the Minister, is he aware that in 2007-08, when those overseas workers were brought into New Zealand, the unemployment rate was just 3.5%, whereas now it's 6.8% and 57,000 more New Zealanders are out of work than when he took office? And if so, why is he bringing in overseas workers to fill jobs that 162,000 New Zealanders desperately need?
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Yes, Mr Speaker, yes, I am aware of those figures, and it's interesting to note the member's blog entry on Red Alert. I don't happen to read Red Alert, but one of my staff found this on the 27th of July, and I just want to quote that the member said, "We will need migrants to work in New Zealand, especially in skilled shortages." I agree with the member.
Darien Fenton.
Supplementary. In that case, what made the jobs at 289 hospitality businesses that brought in overseas workers last year?
I want to order. The Minister must be able to hear the question too. The member's not got the biggest voice in the House. Darien Fenton.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What made the jobs at the 289 hospitality businesses that brought in overseas workers last year so highly skilled and specialist that Immigration New Zealand couldn't find New Zealand workers able and willing to do them?
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Well, as I've explained to the member before, that employers need to demonstrate genuine attempts to recruit New Zealanders first, and then there's a process, and I can go through that process for the member once again. And that process is simply that once they've tried to establish if there are New Zealand workers, then they consult with Work and Income New Zealand to see if there are New Zealanders available. Then they need to consult also with the unions and the guilds, and importantly the ITOs. Specifically to the member's question on hospitality, the member should be aware that there are parts of New Zealand where they need to attract migrant workers, where it is difficult in some isolated parts of New Zealand in the hospitality sector to specifically attract the likes of chefs.
Darien Fenton.
Has he or the previous Minister of Immigration given any direction to Immigration New Zealand that it should tighten its labour market testing criteria, given the 162,000 Kiwis out of work, and if not, why not?
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr Speaker, I'm very happy with the process that Immigration New Zealand follow.
Question number 12, Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Commerce.